Now the Apple TV 4K is official. I wanted to step out of some meetings that I've been having and give you my first impressions. I'm traveling, so not in the office today, was not able to do a live stream like I initially planned. The 4K Apple TV is exactly a 4K, an Apple TV 4th generation, excuse me, with 4K on it. It looks the same, it is the same, the remote's the same. The only difference is the fact that there is 4K support. It is HDR included, HDR10 and Dolby Vision, so it's great HDR quality. The menus, everything on it has been upgraded to 4K, so if you have a 4K TV, even the menus will be in 4K. Netflix was the only listed supporter of 4K HDR other than iTunes. They did say at some future date Amazon Prime would come with 4K HDR. No date has been announced for that. No information on Hulu or any other apps coming in 4K HDR. Would expect that to happen in the future. Was hoping for a larger rollout. They did announce some updates to the Apple TV app. Now this is the app that helps you find content, and they're adding live sports. Now it's not free. You need a Watch ESPN subscription, for example, to access this. But inside the the Apple TV app, excuse me, you'll be able to see games happening right now on Watch ESPN. If you have a subscription to that and you are logged in. No new information about single sign-on at this time. They're still doing some events right now talking about the iPhone, but I stepped out watching that so I could give you my first takes. A little disappointed. I was hoping that they would redesign the box a little bit more. The price starts at $179, so it's even more expensive. They are keeping the 4th generation available. If you only have an HD TV, that's the one I would get. And that's still at $150. No price drop on the 4th generation Apple TV that we were hoping for. Also, no option to replace, there's no official other game controller or non-Siri remote. So if you're not a fan of the Apple TV remote, you're not going to like the 4K version of it. I'll be honest, after looking at it and reading up on all the press releases and stuff, it just looks like they added 4K HDR. Same to box. Faster processor. They did not anytime they'll say quad core, so I'm assuming it's still a dual core instead of a quad core. They didn't mention anything about RAM. Internal hard drive is still the same. They did push gaming a little bit and talked about how using the Siri remote for a particular game they were showing works great. And they didn't show off a dedicated game controller. That was kind of, some people have been posted that they were hoping Apple would get a more dedicated game controller, official one. I know you can buy third-party manufactured ones. That hasn't happened. But Apple seems to still make gaming a part of their focus there. I don't know how successful this would be. $179 isn't bad. I mean, it could be a lot worse. There have been rumors it would be north of $200. It's slightly cheaper than an NVIDIA Shield. It's not nearly as powerful as an NVIDIA Shield, though, and doesn't come with the game controller that the NVIDIA Shield comes with. It's not quad-core that a lot of people have been rumored that it would be, but it is twice the speed. I think they were at 1.5, so this probably puts it around a 3 gigahertz processor. And they said the graphics processor will be even faster, which is probably for the 4K video. You don't need a very powerful processor, so dual core to stream video is more than enough. Honestly, it just doesn't take a very powerful device to stream video out there. So overall, I think if you're a dedicated Apple user and you're locked into the Apple iTunes interface, this is probably the device for you. They did announce that 4K videos will be the same price as HD videos. If you buy, in the past, if you bought a movie or a TV show that is now available in HD 4K, they will upgrade you from HD to the 4K version for free. They didn't list what ones those will be. And the last big announcement I would say is that the Apple TV TV app is coming to Australia and Canada this year, or this month, with more countries coming this year. So that's kind of my quick hot takes on everything I learned today about the new Apple TV. Just a quick one take on there. My initial impression is I wish they had updated the remote. I think the remote holds them back a little bit. At least have a second option for it. I know some people love that. I had breakfast with some people this morning, and it seemed to be about 50-50 split on that. My other impression on it is I wish they had made that 150. 175 for it seems a little pricey when compared to, you know, the Roku Ultra and the Fire TV being right about 100. I think Apple could have sold a lot more if they come down. This feels more like a step rather than an evolution here. nothing very revolutionary. 4K HD support's been on the market for well over a year now, with Roku and Nvidia offering support for that. A few other players too. And Fire TV's also upgrading. They've had 4K for a while. Now they're adding HDR. So that'll be interesting. There's even rumors that a Roku HDR stick, or at least a 4K stick, is going to be hitting the market soon. So questions, comments, let me know. I just want to give you my first impression. If you're an Apple user, I'll buy it. I'm not sure this is the device, this is the Apple TV that's going to make thousands and hundreds of thousands of Roku owners and Fire TV owners and NVIDIA Shield owners throw away their Rokus and move over to Apple. With the exception of now having 4K, there's nothing here new that I would say really makes this stand out. Other than that, you know, it's Apple. They make good quality products that you pay for, but now they are joining the 4K HDR bandwagon. Questions, comments, let me know. Hit the thumbs up, it really does help, and subscribe, and we'll do our best to give you the most current and up-to-date cord cutting news.